I had involvement in some of the community work and some of the community organisations, and from that, I looked at the marketplace for workplace training and getting people into employment. And apprenticeships was sort of an early word that was picked up as well. Government comes up with documents in terms of reviews, how they see the next 5, 10, 15 years, and that's all documented. That's all documented in terms of what they perceive, and from that perspective, we set up Pathway with a vision to educate people, train people, vocational based. And whether we can look at that. So I sort of headed that.
So don't you think that was a bit of a bold move, being from a MBA background, being from an Asian background, and the whole perception around apprenticeships and apprentices, and sometimes apprentices being used as potentially cheap labour in the workplace. I know attitudes have changed of late. However, previously, it was a form of potentially cheap labour. So in effect, you went against the grain, and took a gamble, and started up an apprenticeship business.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, there was a sort of a misunderstanding of what an apprenticeship is and what the potentials are, and a lot of people that we're speaking to, they kept on talking about youth training services, the old sort of program for people who are not academic, and also talking about more hands on deck, having an extra pair of hands, as opposed to really having a key person within the business that they can grow. And it wasn't just within the local community. That was a national issue as well in terms of rebranding apprenticeships. So the government realised that as well. They realised the fact that this is an uphill struggle. It's gonna, to change people's minds, going to take a while.
Yes.
It didn't, again, you're coming back from an era where government was all about encouraging education and trade. For them, that meant degrees. They had a target as well.
Yes.
Back in
apprenticeships were possibly frowned upon as well, particularly from the Asian, from the BEN communities.
So again, it was about going into degree education, getting a degree, and people were, and young people as well. They went, they knew their next 5-7 years were all sort of marked out. They're going to go from college, they're going to go to university, and then after that they will go and find themselves in terms of whatever it was, and there was over dominance of graduates. Too many graduates. The job market wasn't there necessarily. Employers were looking for something else. They were looking for experience. They were looking for somebody that can make a difference straight away.
And that's the key thing, isn't it? I mean, there's so many academics out there who've got degrees, but when they apply for jobs, the turning point for them is actually the experience.
Yeah.
So they've got the academic qualifications, but they lack. And I mean, if you haven't worked in an office environment, sometimes even ordering the stationery can be a challenge. And apprenticeships, as you quite rightly say, gives them the opportunity to experience that workplace environment.
It is changing, Abid. I mean, it is slightly changing. I mean, universities have realised the fact that they need to get people ready for the workplace.
Yes.
Employers are getting more involved as well. I mean, there's opportunities. There's more work experience and really true work experience, not necessarily the work experience that maybe you and I have had, but real work experience.